Hiya. I keep saying I should do a video on my Mavica cameras, so here it is. And beer. And yeah, it's shock top. I'm a bitch. I drink shock top. Anywho, I fell in love with these Mavica cameras. This is the first one I ever bought. It's a Mavica FD73. I actually bought this from Desert Industries, which is a Mormon-owned thrift store. I paid $5 for it and set it on the shelf forever. It just sat there for a couple of years because, I mean, it was a floppy drive camera. Who the hell had floppy drive cameras? I mean, floppy disk. It just kind of sat there as a as kind of a silly little conversation starter. I mean, it had a battery, but the battery was dead, but it just sat there. What the hell was I going to do with it? And my wife has gotten really into photography on her own. She's got a really nice DSLR. And I decided that I wanted to take digital pictures, but with a different slant. Let's see how good of a picture I could take with a crappy camera. So I was going to go with one of those old 110 cameras, you know, with a really small cartridge. But then I was thinking, how the hell am I going to get that developed? Where am I going to find film? You can actually still find film and find somebody to develop it, but why? You know? So then I remembered I still had this sitting around. So I popped the battery out, took it to work, and charged it up on my lithium-ion hobby battery charger for, like, you know, anything that takes lithium-ion, and hell, the battery charged right up. So I started taking pictures with it. This thing has a 0.3 megapixel sensor, a whole 0.3. I've come to use this taking like pictures of old broken down barns and stuff on sepia. Along with the 0.3 megapixel, it tends to make it look like a very old picture, like an old time picture, and it works out really pretty well. This one with the 0.3 megapixel, I can put about, if I go the fine setting, I can go about, what was it, 20 to 30 pictures on a disc, on a whole 1.44 megabyte disc. Woohoo. Also, when I got the battery charged, I was like, okay, now I need discs. And shit, nobody's got discs anymore. Nobody uses that. So I kind of went around where I work and found a couple of old ones and started taking pictures of it. And I had this sitting in the bottom of my desk. I picked it up from somewhere. I figured if I ever had, you know, maybe I can find a little connector to connect it there. Well, it also had the mini USB port here, just like that. And it plugs right in, and then it goes to the USB port, your normal USB port, and plugs right into my laptop. It'll actually plug into, let's see, I can't get it to find it on this phone, but I can get it to find it on my tablet. And any computer, any Windows computer, it plugs right in and finds it. It just like floppy drive, and you can go in and you plug it in, hit floppy drive, you take your floppy disk and you drop it in and it reads it. And then you pop it back out and go to the next one. So I had this, so I had like all the makings to start shooting crappy pictures on a just above potato camera. And I kind of fell in love with it. And I picked up something else, I think it was a 75, and then I started looking around on the internet and found this. This is my go-to camera. This is an FD91. It has a whole 0.9 megapixel, woohoo, and takes quite a bit better pictures than this. I can get, you know, it's the same floppy drive camera. Still takes a floppy. That's all Mavicas take a floppy. well, not all of them. There were some Mavicas that still carried the Mavica name, but wrote to a CD. But for the most part, if it's an FD, that's a floppy drive, FD91, FD73, FD5, FD7. I think they went up to FD200, but I am not sure. I can't quite remember. Anyway, this thing is, I've kind of fell in love with. You've seen, if you've been on Lens Me Review or my Facebook page, Mavica Pics time, that's usually this, what I take pictures of. It's 14 times digital zoom. Oh, sorry, 14 times optical zoom, because with only 0.9 megapixels, you don't want to go digital because you only have 0.9 megapixels to deal with. This is your telephoto or wide. You can actually switch this here to go manual focus or autofocus, and I always just leave it in auto because I'm blind as a bat and I'll let the camera do it. This one is a steady shot. You can actually go in and play with your white balance, your shutter speeds, your f-stops, all kinds of stuff on here. Then you can go back and forth on your... The only thing this doesn't do is you can't go black and white or solarize or sepia. What's the other? Or negative. This one you can. You can actually come in here and like picture effect. You can go picture effect and do like sepia and black and white, which really makes this cool. This one you can only go, this old one you can only go take a picture and then play it back. Then there's your flash. Is that your flash? Yeah, that's flash. This one you can't do sepia, but it has a little pop-up flash. Yay, there's a pop-up flash. I usually don't. The nice thing about this, and let's turn it on and makes a nice little noise. Nice little noise. This one you can go in and you can either choose this lens here or this lens here. You could, and I like to go with the viewfinder over the lens in the back. But you can pull this up and tilt it and stuff, and you can flip it upside down to do selfie. Anyway, and you can change the brightness and whatnot on this. But like I say, I usually keep it on viewfinder. This one is really cool. I don't know if you can really see it. Yeah, you can. You can go your light balance. You can brighten it up or darken it just by here, and you go up, and then you can change it to whatever you want with a little thing there, which is really awesome. I use that a lot, and I think my wife is really kind of jealous because she don't have that. But anyway, so there's that, and this video's running really long. And then I picked up this FD95. This thing I think is probably going to end up being my go-to, where I can get 7 pictures on a disc on this, maybe 8 if it's a good clean disc. This one, you're lucky to get 4. You're lucky to get 4 on the floppy. And it's still, oh, I don't have one in there. It's still a floppy drive camera. Instead of along the barrel to telephoto and wide, it's right here. The flash is still up on top. You can still go autofocus. What was that again? Oh yeah, steady shot. This one you can go, this is a little more fancier. You can actually go macro. So you can take a picture, what did it say, up to as close as 13/16 of an inch. Yeah, that's pretty tight. Then you still have all your ability to change your shutter speed, your white balance and whatnot. This one also has the viewfinder plus the screen. This one though, and the 91 as well, you can actually do video. I wouldn't recommend it. It looks like crap. Looks like total crap. But there's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. You can turn the volume up and down on the video you made. You can actually take a picture and then leave a voice note on that picture, which you can do with the 91 as well. You got your menu, you can do your display, LCD off, What other cool stuff is this? Oh, you can also actually go in and do your sepia and black and white and solarized and negative art and blah, blah, blah. This one, unlike that one, you can actually open it up, and if you have the charger, you can plug that in and it will actually charge the battery in the camera. The other two doesn't have that. You can go in and do video, like hook it to your TV. It has to have like audio video RCA in, but you can do that. This one you can actually plug in an external flash, you know, up on your shoe, and then plug the flash in there and do external flash. The only thing I don't like about this is you grab it and there's, you know, there's your trigger. Well, and every time you go to hit the thing, it like goes up to movie. You like grab it, and if you're not paying attention, it goes boom, up to movie, and then you do a 5-second video and you completely waste your whole disc. And it pisses me off. Anyway, like I say, about 4 pictures on this. So I usually, for the 91, I usually carry about 15 discs with me. I'll probably need to carry at least 20 with this if I want to actually get after it. Both of these have a 52 millimeter thread size on the lens, so you can take like your lens ring and screw it on there to get rid of some glare, which is really quite cool. I also, last night, I don't think I brought it out with me. I sure meant to, but a little light ring that you can put on your cell phone to do like taking pictures of the dark close up, or in the dark close up, and gives that ring in the iris of the eye. If you've seen the pictures I took of Annette, I'm pointing over here because she's right there, dying because we went on a hike and it's killing her. But yeah, so 52 inch or 52 millimeter, you can do just regular camera filters and stuff with it, which is really kind of cool. Now, this is the battery it takes. This big ass info lithium, which is a big heavy battery. Actually, you want to go the F550. They have an F330 that's a pile, and they still sell these. They still sell these batteries, and you want to always, if you're going to do this, you want to always go the F550, because it's a much bigger battery and it'll last, like this one, it'll last 200 plus minutes of just leaving it on. Of course, it goes down as you take pictures and whatnot. And also, this draws more energy off the battery than this, or this. This draws more energy than this, so that's another reason why I go after the viewfinder. Now, and so usually what I have to do is carry a bunch of discs with me, and I have them numbered so I know what, like that's FD for the FD disc 9. I've got actually 15 for the 91, and I only brought 10 for the 95 because I didn't think I'd be using it a lot, but I've fallen in love with it. I also picked up, when I picked up a couple of Keytar batteries, is this little travel charger. The cool thing is I can plug it into the wall. I can also plug it into a cigarette lighter through there, and it can charge in the van, or, well, in the van, my Swiss Army van. And so, yeah, discs, just get a ton of discs. And a friend of mine, when I first had the 91, or first had the 73, he says, "Oh yeah, I've got a couple of I got a box of discs. Do you want them?" Like, sure, what the hell. He brought me 150 of them. If you need 3.5-inch floppies, hit me up. I've got a few. But and if you're going to do the Mavica, you're going to need them. But they're a lot of fun, actually. Surprisingly, they're a lot of fun. So yeah, find you a POS camera. Join Lens Me Your View, and let's take great crabby pictures. and just have fun doing it, pissing off our friends. Love you, bye.